My name is Srinivas. I live with my father, brother, and sister in our house. After completing my diploma, I began looking out for a job. In those days, mobile servicing was in great demand, so I thought I could save up and start a shop of my own. For almost a year, I did not find a job. Then, my sister at Pina told me about a job where they would also provide accommodation, and so I contacted them. I ran around for a month before they would give me a job. The journey to and from that place near Lingarajpuram would take at least 5 hours. After a month, they placed me in a job. It was electronics related and involved simple wiring, soldering, etc. I joined and worked there for a week. While I was working there, the other workers shared that they were being paid only Rs 1,500 or Rs 1,800. I asked them why they were paid so less when they work long hours and their production was good, and told them that they should be asking for more. But they told me that they would not be paid more. I decided to approach the manager directly and ask him why the pay is so less. He said that this is all they could pay, Rs 1,800. I left the job and hence lost the pay for the 10 days I worked there. I came back home. Then I got the visiting card of Enable India. They had told my brother that I should contact them if I was looking for a job. I came here and my life completely changed. Enable India changed my life. When I got myself registered at Enable India, they told me to come and attend training on the date given to me. I attended a 4-day training on basic etiquette, presentation skills, punctuality, how to be at work, etc. It helped me a lot. After the training at Enable India, I got placed in a big hotel near Manipal Hospital. One day at work, I stood throughout the day and that strained my right leg. I had been recently operated on that leg and it began hurting a lot. So I visited the hospital to get it checked. They said the leg had got infected. Despite their caution that rest was required post-surgery, I had strained my leg. I was advised at least 1 month of rest. I asked them for a medical certificate stating my condition. I showed the certificate to my manager at work, Mr. Sudarshan. He empathized and assured me that once I returned from my sick leave of 1 month, he would shift me to the billing section so that I could sit and work. I returned after 1 month, but he had recruited someone else in my place. I told the Enable India team about this and asked them for help to find another job. They referred to me to someone at Tata Indicom. When I went to Tata Indicom, they asked me if I knew how to work on computers. I said no. Although I had a diploma in electronics, we used to work only with the circuits. I did not know Excel and other applications. They said if I don't know how to use a computer, I will not be able to work in the billing section. So they were wondering what to do. Even the area manager was present that day. I told them that if given a chance, I could start working there and simultaneously attend a training program on computers. I assured them that I would exceed their expectations and learn quickly. When they heard me talk, they were surprised at my confidence and offered to train me in-house. In the first 3 months, they observed how I was performing, and by the time I completed 6 months, they made me in charge of the cash counter. There were 3 cashiers working at the cash counter. I worked there for a year and a half. I used to live in Pina and my workplace was in Koramangala. The distance in between used to be around 25 to 30 kilometers. In spite of the distance, I have not been late to work even once. We used to have shifts. I was flexible. Sometimes, if I was in a shift that was getting over 6 or 7, we would get delayed by customers until 8. The others would close their counters on time and leave and divert their customers to me. I have not managed to leave on time even a single day. They observed my commitment and made me the store in charge. I have had an unforgettable experience with Titan I Plus. I started working with Titan I Plus showroom in Kormangala. I was supposed to get trained there for billing, customer service, stock keeping, etc. We had to take stock at the end of each day, and in case anything went missing, we would be held responsible. I used to overhear the others say that they will have to pay for such loss. I used to wonder if we will be held responsible if in case a customer breaks a frame by mistake. There was also a lot of work to be done on the computer system. We had to maintain a customer database. We were supposed to enter all customer details within 2 minutes. Details like eye power, type of lens had to be entered meticulously for each eye. Any error would mean the lens would be wasted. The lens started from a price range of rupees 1,500 and went up to rupees 30,000 and beyond. So, if any mistake was done, we would lose that much money for the company and for us. The billing procedure in my previous job at Tata Indicom was simple, where we had to just enter the customer's number and the pending amount would be displayed. We would take that amount from the customer and provide them the printed bill. Over here, the procedure seemed complex, involving a lot of work on computers, requiring me to talk in English always. I was overwhelmed. After 2 days, I was so worried about this challenging new job that I decided to quit. So, I called up the HR directly and told him the job was very different from my previous job, and so I wanted to quit. But the HR person advised me not to be hasty. He asked me to come and meet him at the corporate office. When I started working there, I found it difficult because they used to help me. When we used to do stock keeping, there were many brands we used to handle. In the system, with house brands, we could only enter the stock once. If we tried for a second time, the system would not take it in. But with other brands like Fast Track, we could enter multiple times. For example, if I received 50 items and I entered it 10 times, it would show 500 items in stock. But the reality was that we would have received only 50. I didn't know this glitch in the system. Once 100 pieces had come in and I was entering the data. When we enter the data for lens and other frames, it usually shows when the data is saved. But for Fast Track, it was different. Since I did not know that, I kept re-entering the data for 5 times and tried to save it. Because of this, the system showed 250 items. My store manager saw this and got upset. He asked me to fix it and left me with no help. I thought, since it was my mistake, I had to find a solution for it. So I followed up on it for a month. I spoke to many departments, but they did not help. There is a lady in the commercial department called Kamala. She resolves any issues in minutes. I wrote her an email and the issue was solved in few minutes. I learned that everyone makes mistakes, but when we make a mistake, we should find a solution and use the appropriate route to solve it. So, next time if I make a mistake, I know how to approach it. Everyone told me that no one in Titan I Plus had made such blunders. So, I replied back to them saying, yes, I have made big mistakes, but I have learned from it and will not repeat it again. I stayed positive even in that situation. Since my manager did not know my personality at the beginning, he might have had a bad impression. But gradually, when he observed my behavior, my punctuality, my performance, he was very impressed by me. He would not tell me directly, but would tell the others about my work. They would come and tell me later. Over time, he began to give me more responsibilities. My manager used to handle the lens section. It was completely under his authority. Later, he began to tell others that only I, Srinivas, was allowed to handle it, and that the others should come and ask me if they needed anything in that section. He also made me the in-charge person if any customer wanted discounts. He began to teach me everything he knew about the job. He used to advise me to learn different things. Today, I am at a junior position in the cash section. I have always received an award for good impression. Every job has its challenges. We should not give up just because it looks different. We should not give up just because it looks difficult. We must face the problem, win it, and then show to the world that we have succeeded. We should take it as a challenge. We should not get scared by looking at it and run away from it. We should face it, oppose the challenge, and then we will win for sure. Success is guaranteed. When I worked at Tata Indicom for a year and a half, they used to pay me rupees 4,000. At Titan, I started with rupees 9,000. They have increased it over the years, and today it is around 18,000 to 19,000. If the sales are good, we even get an incentive.